Welcome one and all. This is, well, I can't even see a damn thing. It's very cloudy out there today. You know, I might need some directions. I think this is the start-finish train. Yeah, very cloudy out there today. Very overcast with a quite actually substantial headwind that the drivers will have to face with today. Of all days, most definitely not the kind of thing that they would want to be able to experience around Road America. The 50-minute layout as it is today. Do note that this slot will move people around and around because it's 19 degrees. Yeah, you definitely need something. No participation or precipitation there on the track, but not too far off it either. What do you think, Craig?
Sorry, where are you? I can't see you.
I can't see you either.
Where are you?
I've been trying to. I'm trying to find a start finish rate.
Oh! Shout out! I can't hear you.
I'm over here. Sir.
Where is he?
I'm
there you
here.
are.
Oh,
there you
hello,
are.
hello.
This is the cool thing because people were talking about it. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's rain. We've got a rain update." This is what people forget. It's not a rain update anymore. It's a tempest update, which means all the weather gets changed on iRacing. Hence why we're getting this. And
well, we did have mist before in iRacing.
Yeah, we've had mist before, but we're getting a lot more mist nowadays due to the fact that it's a new weather system, and there's probably going to be some kinks out of here. But just remember, it's 6 o'clock in the evening on the 6th of July in Sim. At this time of the year, you probably would get a little bit of mist. You know what I mean? If there's something in the air, something could happen. There's no rain in this series, but something in the air. It could happen. So that's actually going to really make this race a little bit faster today. So it could be an interesting one, especially with the fuel. Because, 50-minute race, they can't do a pit stop.
Yeah, it requires a pit stop. Just because of the call it the restrictions placed on the fuel tanks. Basically, unless you are a god and can feather and throttle, you are definitely heading at least once to the pits, and for a track like Road America, you are on the accelerator for quite a distance, so you do most definitely need to get into the pits at some point. But the names to look out for today are going to be, well, Felipe Paiva, no question about that. A little bit of Stefan Hazley there in his it's.
What is that?
It's a DBR9 with a V8 Vantage logo on the back in a Martini Racing livery.
Did they do that?
I
feel like they did.
I feel like they have at some point, but probably not in that style. But most definitely they have. And isn't this the Williams lookalike? Or am I mistaking that? And it just looks similar. Anyways, the first lap time.
No!
Oh, you found a car.
No!
You found a car.
Hi, Mr. Max Edmondson. If you watch this back.
What is he?
Put the microphone far away.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, it hurts.
It's a Hertz Team Toyota on an HPD.
I thought it looked fine. That wasn't the one.
It looked fine, but it's an LMPDH livery on an HPD.
You know what? That's fair enough. Kevin Bellens, by the way, let us know that he came from. This is his first race since the Sebring 12 hours. So, I mean, he's put in a pretty good lap time, all things considered. He's ahead of Baraclough, who I would have expected actually to be ahead of him, but obviously the B8 motor putting out some serious horsepower out there, as Paiva is in third in class. So we are definitely looking at a little bit of people kind of need to start moving upwards and onwards in this class. We do have a few that still haven't qualified. Christoph Lesniczuk just absolutely smashing it out with a 204.133. John Olsen hot on his heels with 839. Now, the big time difference actually comes from the bigger the time difference actually comes from the jump between GT2 and no, there is.
Well, there's a small difference.
There's at least 4 seconds between GT2 and GT1, and then another 4 between them and HPD.
Between each. Look at the qualifying times right now. 52.
Well, I'm going from fastest in the current class to the slowest in the next class.
7 seconds and 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no real difference there. But just because of the speed stuff the Fords will have, the HPDs will get to them quicker, and especially being with the big gaps. Because remember, Road America, it's a full formation lap. We can take our time doing it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I love it when I love it.
You remind yourself.
Everyone's like, "Oh, it's a full formation lap." I know it's a full formation lap. We don't like driving full formation laps. Me in the booth, great. What can I talk about?
Can take your time. It also helps that it's a 50-minute race. So
yes, I forgot about that.
It's the endurance layout. I think it's one of two.
Endurance layout. Endurance race.
Endurance race. Yeah. Well, endurance in the sense that it's quote unquote endurance. I mean, it's only 20 extra minutes. The other one would be the Nürburgring, the Gesamtstrecke layout with 7 laps.
We're going to the VLN layout.
Yeah,
Ooh.
the VLN layout. Yeah.
I knew we were going to North. I couldn't remember which one we were doing. Were we doing the 24 layout or the VLN layout? Or were we doing the?
What's the difference between the 24 and the VLN? The VLN, isn't that the one that?
So VLN, turn 1, arena, come out of arena, right-hander, down into the left-right that goes down the back of the track to.
Oh, so you skip everything from turn 3 to the Schumacher S's.
Yeah, you skip Dunlop Schumacher S's. 24 layout, it's old school F1 start. So turn 1 straight into a quick left for turn 2, which is arena. So you miss arena, then do the rest of the GP layout with the WEC chicane, aka the best chicane.
Okay, yeah, you are correct on that one. But what's also the best layout is the layout of our qualifying results. Hey! In the HPD class, we have Ryan Ware 151.825, puts him in first over Hanink with a 151.948. David Ortiz, I think, Diego Ortiz, sorry. Ortiz with a 152.088. Edmondson with a 152.143. Sauce into fourth. In fifth is Lysel in the 152.199, so pretty close. With Goff coming in sixth with a 152.506. Campbell, 152.619 in his neck of the woods. Axman with a 152.744. Then we get into the 53s with Peckley in ninth in class, 153.164. And Fugert in 10th. Now, all of them did indeed qualify. And we get into the GT1s with Bellens, an absolute smasher out there with 158.056 ahead of Cal Young, who put in a very good second lap with a 158.241. Barclough, surprisingly, not converting it into a P1, but let's see what he does on the start. 158.264 puts him on the inside. No, it actually puts him. It would put him on the out. No, it would put him in the inside. On his row, Kendall with a 158.627. Felipe Paiva down in fifth. He's going to have his work cut out for him with a 158.756. Stevens with a 158.947. Stefan Hazley and Arzt in 7th and 8th, respectively. Humphrey with a 159.412 and Cookstas with a 2-minute flat. Then we get into GT2 land. It is Christoph Lesniczuk with a 203.318. Jack Pittis with a 203.999. 966. John Olsen with a 204.710, and McDermott with a 206.526, with Elvis Nuhick not setting a representative qualifying time. As Craig said at the start, it is a two. Well, more.
No, we're not doing two formation.
No, I was saying.
No,
I was saying 2 minutes, but it's actually more than just 2 minutes. It's like 3 or 4 minutes, because it's a full formation lap. But it is a full formation lap, and I think it's worth pointing out some of the corners that they're going to have to deal with, because if you look at the details now, they've not changed. This is really bad for the guys, because if they do not keep an eye on the wind, that wind is going to bite at their heels. 30 kilometers an hour northeast isn't something that you would want to scoff at.
The northeast, being that they're driving they're driving east to west on the start-finish line. That means that the weather, it is going to get east later down in the day, so it's going to stay northeast. So they're going to get slight, it's coming from the east from, so that means they're going to get a tailwind down the front stretch, which means right here, coming down to turn 5, it's going to be a little bit of a wind coming towards them, which is going to be very interesting when it comes to braking. The HPD's just coming through now. They're at one of my favorite parts of the track, 6, 7, down the Hurry Downs into 8. And I don't know why they call it the Hurries Downs, you know what I mean? There's so many names, especially like turn 13, the Bill Mitchell bend, which we've always said this, Rob. It's not the Phil Mitchell bend, no matter how many times I heard it from crew chief.
This is the Phil Mitchell bend. We believe somebody's gone off.
Sort it out.
We believe somebody's gone off in Phil Mitchell bend. We think it might have been a HPD.
Leave it. He ain't worth it.
Leave it.
I can't do a Phil Mitchell. I can't do an EastEnders. Like,
so ingrained into our minds that we call it EastEnders too. It's like nope, none of this.
No, it's a London accent, but yeah, it's
bit of London.
I'm just saying. I do a really bad Welsh that I refuse to do. I do a really bad Irish that Rob hates me for. I can't do a Scottish. I can broaden out the West Country in me, but I can't do an English accent. That's not my area, my dialect. So, I can do any other accent, but just that is very weird. It must be a trait of mine. I can't,
Well, the trait of yours will be to enjoy this rollout, because it's going to be quite a challenge.
Where are we?
I'll tell you where. We're in the fog.
We're in the corner. There we go. I did not say where are we because we can't see, but look at the visibility when it comes to the fog. By the way, Rob, first time I drove an HPD around this track, back in the old
iRacing Le Mans series. There you go. But as we get taken off the air, the pace car will come in. The red lights are flashing. The lights are off on the pace car. Ryan Ware will have the start. They actually went. I was wondering why it was so uniform, and then Ryan Ware started pulling away, and it's green flag right. Oh, Genie Mag, you can only see the headlights in the distance as they come through the fog. And into the first corner. Oh, that is a slip and a half. That is going to be Diego Ortiz. Really big mistake from him. And I think he has almost just planted it into the wall. GT1s will be coming down a little bit into it. Turn 1, much cleaner for them. Kevin Bellin's getting a very good start off the start line. And Jack Pittis. Oh, he's really going. He's going early.
Yeah, they were side by side going down the start-finish line for the GT2s. And Christoph trying to defend that, and almost Pittis having a little bit of a run back. There's a Bob Humphrey that's just decided to pop off on the side of the road there. Not sure what happened there to Bob. It's he got taken out by the Williams car. He just came in a little bit, and a little bit of net code just hit him there, unfortunately. So on board the rear, I like this. I can't believe we got such a nice view from the rear of a Ford GT2.
With thanks to Dougie Beard. And yeah, it is actually a very good view. I like the views where it's just there like, yeah, this is probably what the driver will see if he looked at the rearview mirror for the split second that he would, or if you looked at the in-car mirrors, you'd probably see your face just full of car.
Car.
Now it is worth pointing out that I would reckon that we're going to see a lot of argy-bargy in both... Oh, I think I'm pretty sure all classes, because we have this battle forming. Liam Loisel catching up to the rear end of Max Edmondson. Sounds like somebody from like the 1700s, you know, like Shakespeare. And like
Edmondson.
Edmondson, yes.
It's a good name. Edmondson. Going for
Any
by the way,
famous Edmondsons? Is there any famous Edmondsons?
I'm sure there is. By the way, for those not unaware, it split this week, so we've got 25 cars, which on one hand it really does help with the racing here. They're going to be nicely bunched up, and you're going to see a lot of slipstreaming, but it just means the margins are going to be a little bit thinner for these drivers, as you can see with Ortiz already off the back of the field after that escapade into turn one, on board on the back of Edmondson's car with this livery. I mean, it's a nice colour, the total livery. It's not. I don't think it's the proper gold effect, but it is a nice set of colours. But yeah, it's again, it's a livery from a car that isn't an HPD on an HPD. And I know there wasn't a lot of HPD liveries out there, but I would
also wager more than likely it's the fog that's also contributing to it. If he's got any like spec maps that require the sun to kind of show off the color, you're kind of screwed.
Oh, so you mean basically like everybody?
Yes, yes, absolutely. But with Leon, he's trying, but the gap is holding quite firm. The slipstream factor seemingly is not too strong for the HPDs then.
It's double slipstream, look at it. Max has got a slipstream from Max. Liam's got a slipstream from Max and Max. Alec Bahai's got a slipstream from Liam and Max. So it's safe to say that everyone's getting a little bit of slipstream. And it's just one of those moments where they're going to have to just be careful, because you don't want to lose this slipstream, Rob. You're gonna
no, you do not, no. And I will tell you this. The fog is so thick, I was like figuring out what the hell was in the sky.
It's 100% humidity.
Oh,
Kelsey making a move. I've not seen 100% since NLS days. Great move from Kelsey on Axman there. But yeah, you'd only see 100% really when it comes to like Nürburgring Endurance Championship first couple races of that, and then at the same time you've got the whole thing that it goes down in the day. You don't get that at the moment, so going to be interesting, especially with this battle. That is the police giving an escort to Cal Young and David Barraclough. No, sorry, that is Kevin Bellens giving an escort to David Barraclough, Matt Kendall, and Felipe Paiva.
Is it the band The Police?
Well, yeah, look, it's Kevin Bellens in a police car.
Very true, very true. But he's being rightfully hounded right now. He's got the power, most definitely, because even with the slipstream, Cal Young just has now decided to slot in. So I'm assuming he's going to try the pit stops as his method of... Ooh, that is a lot of grass there. But as his method to, make the overtake and try and hold it. But given the fact that Bellens has just been... He's been holding station pretty well, and especially given the fact that we would wager that the DBR9 just as a platform is just a good bit better in the corners, especially when you set it up right. Yeah, this has been a fantastic drive for him, and what's even worse is Felipe Paiva, David Barraclough, they haven't moved at all. I think the top 5 is literally in the order that they started the racing.
Top 6. Even Tom Stevens there, who's just hanging on by the skin of his teeth. They have not moved at all. And I was watching one of the top, one of the legendary cycling races today, the Paris-Roubaix one-day race, and it just feels like this with a little bit of a peloton platforming at the moment. I like that terminology, and it's one of the reasons why the drivers love Road America, Rob, because it is a track that is so slipstream dependent. Yes, drivers love those challenging tracks, but you get to a track like a Road America, a Monza, Le Mans even. You know, let's be real here for a moment. Le Mans, slipstream tracks, Road Atlanta as well. They love them, and this is one of the reasons. And it is just going to be a battle of who pits with the most fuel left in the tank. Because I can't see one of these drivers doing any sort of undercut, because you're gaining a lot of speed at the moment in that slipstream. Look at them, they're all doing 58s, low, very low 59s in the GT1. So pretty sure that they'll be happy enough to do this. There is a chance for an overtake at the back of the GT1s though. Christian Art and Eglis Kustas just having a little bit of a battle side by side through turn 6, and Kustas getting it done.
Yeah. Kustas, remember, started at the back of the grid, but a little bit of flashing lights, a little bit of a disagreement on how that went down. So obviously a little bit of a palaver, but look at this now. Oh, that is Jack Pittis under pressure, a little bit of a slip there. He's gone from second into third under threat from the likes of Conor McDermott, who's just screamed up out of nowhere. And what's even worse is, where's John Olsen out of place?
Yeah, I think what happened as well is that that was set up from turn 5, because Pittis went side by side with a GT1 that was getting themselves up the order, and it opened the door. It allowed that opportunity for McDermott. It's going to be costly as well. Do I see a Raidillon TV logo on
the top of
Olsen's
yes,
car?
yes.
I do. Also, old guys rule. Love it. I'm just going to say, Rob, am I at that age now?
Yes, you are.
Hey, can I now say that I rule?
Yes,
I'm an old man.
Yeah, yes, you can say that now.
Yes.
Do you know the worst thing is? I've had 18-year-olds call me old.
Do you know what the worst thing is? Right? You want to know what's really old? It is 20. So this month is 20 years since the first pure ownage episode.
Oh God.
I tell people no one knows what it is. What has happened?
That's actually
what has happened?
That's actually slightly upsetting.
What has happened to me? That was the talk of the late noughties for gamers. I went to college with an FPS Doug hoodie, for crying out loud.
My goodness.
What has happened? Sorry, I'm having a midlife crisis at 35 years old on stream, ladies and gentlemen.
I would like to point out, by the way, that according to this, that the time in sim is 6:35 p.m.
Yep.
But it says also that it's April the 6th. Oh no, today is April the 6th.
Yeah, sim time April 6th.
Yeah. And it's the completely wrong weather than what I would expect. It's 6 p.m., not 6 a.m.
I mean, if there's like weather in the air, that's going to increase the humidity. You got to think about it. We're in Road America. I've forgotten the location of Road America. It is where is Road America again? Wisconsin. So it can be very cold in Wisconsin sometimes. And I know they've been going through some bizarre weather, the north part of the USA recently. So that would answer a lot of it as we see these battles in the HPDs continuing on. Matt Goff trying to hold Max Edmondson off, Liam Losel right behind. They just let Ryan Ware just say goodbye. Like, Ryan Ware's just in a different league right now. The only chance they got to catch Ryan Ware is if they get caught out by the lap traffic. And I'm just looking around, the top 6 in the GT1s are all together, with then the back of the GT1s in a battle themselves. In the GT2s, apart from the leader and last place, they're all grouped up. But the gaps are so big, I don't think we're going to see a lot of multi-class shenanigans today.
No, I would imagine they'd probably pass through the GT1s at least once, but that's about it. And that's only because of the race length over anything else. Well, once or twice, actually, given the fact that it's only just gone 11 minutes into the race. With 39 minutes to go, we are still looking at Cal Young keeping track on the back end of Bellens, who, through the fog, they keep going. Just a little bit of a mistake that was in the back row was Tom Stevens having a bit of a mistake. And we can conclude, by the way, the Kukstus story. He had a bit of a mistake and has allowed Stefan Hazley to get up into 7th and Arts back up into 8th. So they're now battling for the back end. And, a little bit of a remove. Jack Pittis trying to take back 2nd place, and he's done so. On the inside goes John Olsen. He thought 2nd best of it, though.
Yeah, that was an apology as well from Pittis straight away. I think he went a little bit hotter on the exit than he expected to be, and he realized that, so decided against it. You are seeing Fords. I mean, it's hard to see through the light. I do like the fog. I do like the mist. It's just that these cars weren't designed for it. And again, here is the replay.
Yeah, just came across a bit too early.
Too hot on the throttle, I think, as well. Just trying to finish that move over, but yeah. Yeah,
I was surprised that Pittis was actually, down as far as he was. He's quite the competent driver. So I was, especially in this car. So I was wondering what had happened. So obviously, trying to rectify the mistakes that he had made earlier in the race, but the damage I unbelievably understand has already been done. This is Christoph. He's already 5 seconds ahead of Jack Pittis. So Jack has his work absolutely bloody well cut out for him. So he'll have
never say never.
No, I'll never say never. Do you know what I'll also say never to? An overtake in GT1 in the top 5.
Almost got it. Almost got it.
Oh, Matt Kendall just he was going to try to make the move on the outside on David Barclay, and then just I think he had a bit of a moment where he was just like, right, how in the bugger am I meant to keep this around the outside? It's not an easy trick to do it around the outside, especially when the next corner is also around the outside.
Well, I mean, the question there is, every one of those drivers were taking such a different line. Was it a case of everyone was trying to make a move there, or everyone was trying to get out of everyone's way? That's what it felt like to me, because everyone was just being very tippy-toe there. They haven't lost a lot of time. It does allow Tom Stevens to try and catch back up, but he's about to be the loneliest number. He is lost the pack, seeing these 5 pull away. So yeah, the top 5 are now all together on their own, but they are very spread out after what just happened there, with a little bit of an excuse you moment through turn 5.
Yeah, because nobody for lack of a better way of saying it, nobody wants to be the
it's like the DRS.
Yeah.
But DRS battles. You don't want to be the car that has that gives up the DRS. So there's almost like no, after you. No, after you. No, I insist. You go.
Yeah,
first.
it's a catch-22, but not from Matt Kendall. He's trying again, but this time on the inside, no, thinks better of it.
Oh,
but he made a mistake. Barraclough, an unusual mistake from him. Unusual. And he, unfortunately, fell for a hook, line, and sinker. Unfortunate. Let's listen on the onboard.
He locked up. He just went a bit.
Yeah. He's carrying too much speed. No, he was carrying too much speed already. And he got that was very, very uncommon for Barclay. He's just such a great driver, but Kendall, take a hat off. That was just majestic.
He'll catch back.
He will. But that will definitely shake the confidence out of you as well, because like when you go through, I've had it happen before. You get challenged, and then he's just there like, yeah, you can go into the corner, man. Go on, and then you just there like, yeah, I'm in the middle of the bloody corner. I'm going too fast. Oh no, I'm going to have a crash.
Oh, we've got to cool those tyres down, but you see that Aston ahead of Tom Stevens. There's a chance that he can actually use Tom and not only get himself back up to the pack, but also get Tom back up to the pack. I could see that. I will see that. And I'll tell you what else I see on the track map. I think we got to get to that HPD battle, because I see 1, 2, and 3 about to hit the GT2s. I was about to say the GT3 to try and rhyme for a moment. But Max and Max having a little battle. They're about to hit John Olsen. Not literally. And then they got to get through the GT2s that are all having their little scuffles. They are spread out a little bit, though. That does help.
Yeah. Now, just to point out, by the way, the first pit stop has been made by a HPD, Liam Loisel, in the middle of a group. 12 seconds in the box, but 43 seconds cone to cone. So a pretty big stop in terms of Road America's. Oh yeah, that was a moment. But Road America's pit lane is actually jeepers, a bit long. So
it's long, but I can think of longer, and
it's mainly because of the hill. Like the long slip road up to the hill, and then in the pit entry versus the pit box, like the first pit box is quite distant.
However, especially for these guys, definitely. I will say though, it's one of the rare American tracks that has a short exit and a straight line exit, which it really plays in, because if you're regardless what car you are, you're not going to get up to speed pretty quick into turn one, which does hinder you. Unlike other tracks, say Watkins Glen, you got to do a quick little right-hander to get somewhere. You look at elsewhere, Barber, you've got to do a left-hander. Road Atlanta, you got to do a right-hander, basically. You get the idea. This and Lime Rock, I think, are the only two American tracks on like the top racing schedules where they have to make such an easy way. And there we go through, because that will be pretty interesting to see. So is interesting to see is this, because Kevin is trying to pull away from Cal, and it's not working at the moment.
Yeah, Cal is just the slipstream, while not being extreme, is effective enough to prevent him from being completely able to break away, which is, you have to kind of feel for Kevin because he's in first, but he knows what's going to happen.
Does he? Again, like I said, the only problem that Kevin's going to have is, can he save the fuel? No. So, because unless he's lifting, he might be lifting, you don't know. But the guys behind, Young, Kendall, Piver as well, technically, Barraclough, early days, and he's back on the back of Tom Stevens right now. They can go for where. Wow, I've never noticed how dim the Corvette lights are. Wow, sorry, I lost my train of thought there with how tiny those lights are. How do we do nighttime driving with these things, by the way?
Yeah, no, these are pretty good at nighttime. I don't know if you have ever driven these back when the headlights in iRacing were candles.
Not these, but I've done nighttime racing where they were candles. The Le Mans race that you won.
Oh God!
I remember doing that Le Mans race, and that was when it's still a bad habit of mine, folks, that I had to think, I've now still got to do nighttime practice so I can see the lines and everything. I can see the racing lights. Why? Because that first time doing Le Mans with candle lights, literal candle lights, you didn't have the vision you do nowadays, and you can barely see the brake markers, and it was.
Yeah, it was a challenge. I remember driving at night for one of the stints, so it was a moment in time. I'll tell you that much.
It was. I'll tell you, it didn't help me in my nighttime stint on that Le Mans 24 that year. Was coming to the end of my last stint of the night. I had a moment where a HPD lost it at the Mulsanne corner and came back onto the track and hit me, and I lost my nose. I had no lights, so I had to go from Mulsanne corner back to the pit lane with no lights. I did it, and with those lights, So
just to say, by the way, the move has happened. Tom Stevens has let David Barraclough by, so hopefully, Barraclough has now put the pedal to the metal. He's faster than Bellens by 0.5 of a second at last lap, so there is.
This is going to help him.
There is a. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say it's going to help him because Kendall's just gone for a move onto Young, and that's just going to check them up a little bit because these three are now losing time to Bellens with Kendall wanting to make that move.
This throws the kibosh on everything because Cal has been not only getting slipstream, but he's been lifting a lot. And Matt Kendall has just said no. We're doing things my way, and he's going for it.
But you can't have things your way when you're second in the queue. You have to go with what the leader's doing.
No, not in this race. Not in this race with a pit stop. It is your way because what you can do is you can back everybody up, then slingshot, get up to leader. You know, do your pit stop. You got a fair bit of fuel, but you've put a big wedge of a gap in between you and everybody behind you because you're the car in the middle.
Yeah, I don't like being the car in the middle.
You're not a fan of Stuck in the Middle with You by Wheeler Steelers? God, that's classic.
I was gonna go with a really stupid Michael Jackson, because you know how people always think that it's man in the middle, not man in the mirror.
Oh yeah. I just also realized as well, Edmondson's front of the car says it's a hybrid.
No.
It's got the DHL stickers too.
Ah!
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
There's me. Hey, honestly, I could do some serious commentating, folks. Don't worry. Also, me losing my collective at a man driving a Hertz Team Toyota livery, modern day livery. Has it got? I need to check myself. Does it have Tom Brady's logo on the wing plates like the real thing? If
Probably
it does, I'm done. I'm done.
Probably does. Probably does.
It does.
Yes,
it does. It has Brady on the side. Oh my word! I mean, kudos to whoever made that, but at the same time, you know what I'm like, Rob.
Yeah,
you know
yeah. You're a stickler for details, but if the detail is on the wrong car, you and me are collectively there going, nice livery, but please.
I mean, you turn into a British person like me. You're like, just not cricket. Just not cricket.
No, not at all. By the way, just for any Diego Ortiz fans, he has actually managed to shovel himself up to 6th, threatening 5th and 4th, and that is Joran Henning and Alec Campbell. So he's been doing pretty well. Remember, he was the guy that had the lap 1 incident, well, one driver incident where he decided that brakes weren't a thing. No, he carried too much speed, got caught out with the shuffle. Obviously, the lap 1, turn 1 shuffle, as everybody knows, is a thing that giveth and taketh away at times. And unfortunately, tooketh away 2nd place from Ortiz. He's back down in 6th now after coming all the way out from last, essentially. So he's still got his work cut out for him, but in a good bit better spot than he was.
Speaking of forgetting about the brakes, get well soon, Robert Wickens, after what happened yesterday.
Well, you just cursed the man, by the way, because Ortiz forgot about the brakes.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Well, I am sorry that, Diego, but no, in all due serious, get well soon, Robert Wickens. After that, well, we still don't know. We still haven't seen a video of the crash. But did you hear about that crash?
Yeah, I remember you telling me about it.
Oh yeah, I did, didn't I? I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I forgot about
we did
that.
We did the incident vintage yesterday. Yeah, for GSRC.
Yeah.
You told me about that.
Yeah, I mean, he's okay. They just kept him in the hospital overnight, so no idea if he's got any serious damage. But they said that everything came out clear. So, but he did complain of chest pains.
I mean, if you complain about chest pains, I'd keep you in the hospital.
Well, yeah, exactly. Regardless what it is. So hopefully he's okay. Apparently he did try to get out the car himself, which for a man with his disability, god damn, that is some insane strength. But
what is? It's kind of the wrong way of asking it, but what is his disability at the moment?
Okay. Was driving an Indy car at Pocono.
No. I know that bit.
He's paralyzed from the waist down.
Oh, I thought he could walk still.
He's been trying to. He can stand. He can stand, but he can't walk.
Oh, so he has partial mobility. Yeah. What about can he like operate the pedals, or does he have to do a rubber Kubica where he?
No, he has to do a Gordy Much. No, not Gordy Much. A George Munger.
Oh, so the like all the controls are basically at his hands.
At his hands, the brake is almost like a handbrake, from what I understand.
That must be a bit difficult, especially when you have to do brake bleed. You know, like no, like not brake bleed isn't bleeding the brakes, as in like when you're trying to feather it coming into a corner, just try and get the car to turn.
He must have a way to feel it. There must be some resistance. You know, the guys from Hyundai Motorsport have worked with him. Well, this is now the 3rd year he's done TCR driving, I think. So it's not his first rodeo. He's doing really good. That is a slower HP.
Yeah, Max Goff coming out, and the car, he did very well to hold it. Now, to be fair, but that is an uncharacteristic mistake from a car that has been very quiet. Yeah, it snapped hard and it snapped fast at him.
Oh, he clipped the grass. He clipped the grass.
Oh, he's being very ginger with the grass now. You kept it nice and tight to the tire.
Yeah, just on the exit of turn 14, the final corner, he clipped the grass a little bit, and he went to save it. Nice save, in all due fairness. That's one of the things with these cars I always found, and I still struggle. You can't really go super slow into a corner like turn 5, because it does have that Formula 1 style when it comes from the throttle. There's so much power. You risk a little bit. Oh, this is going to be risky. This is going to be risky. That was always going to happen. That was always going to happen.
That's
not a move.
Joran Hanning, unfortunately, tried keeping it on the inside. The car said no, and poor Diego Ortiz is they going from bad to worse, picking up a little bit of damage as front left, a little bit of front left damage, and Hanning has towed the car. I'd assume because there was a fair whack to the radiator, and probably not worth keeping going if it's probably spewing hot water everywhere.
He's got a black flag. You cannot. He had a black flag for incident points.
Does he? That's probably why he towed it.
Where else would he have got a black flag, Rob?
If he didn't serve serve his slowdown.
No, it's not disqualification. It's a black flag. Ryan Ware's in the pits, by the way. Alec Campbell into the pit. No, he crossed the start finish line with a registered time on the timing tower, so he got the black flag on that incident.
Ooh,
that was a drive-through for incidents.
Oh, that is definitely a kick in the teeth.
It's early in the race as well. I mean, you think about it, Rob.
I mean, it is past halfway though.
No, yeah, but we're not even at a full-length Proto-GT, so it just goes to show. I mean, it's Road America. I'm not saying the guy's a dirty driver or anything like that. It's Road America. You try to extend so much of those exits, you're going to get the off tracks. It's like the Spa effect. You know what I mean? You try to go a bit too aggressive at turn 5. We saw some of the guys go off there. We've seen some of the guys go off on the exit at turn 14. Canada corner has always been a pain if you go too far on that runoff there to take the line. You can get an off track there. So you keep doing that. And remember, we're on lap 16. 17X is a drive through. He just had a 4X. It does add up.
Oh, it does, yeah. Especially when you're trying to extend out of 1 and extend through the kink coming out of carousel.
Yeah.
Like if you get it right, you're able to carry so much more speed, but an inch to the left, or an inch too far to the right, you not only get an off track, you go get a further black flag for a slowdown. And what's even worse is if you hit too far to the right, you're just gonna launch the car.
Yeah, so that's such a shame. The mistake happened there, but to me as well, it just feels like there's never a move on at turn 7 at that kink.
No, you just can't. No.
But he had so much speed. What does he do? You know, if you lift, you lose your opportunity to make an overtake. I get it. Diego Ortiz now, the next HPD driver to get into the pits. That means Edmondson and Goff, the two Maxes, have yet to. Oh my God! Could you imagine two Max Verstappens? Exactly.
The two Maxes.
Two Maxes. Yeah, just remember, we got Max Edmondson, we got Max Goff. Love you guys. But now all of a sudden my thought process has gone, imagine two Max Verstappens.
Oh, goodness. That is Cyril, car number 20, has come into the pits, as is Diego Ortiz has now taken his chance to come into the pits as well. You will probably Oh, he is going to make repairs.
That's a shame.
Well, I mean, only 6 extra seconds, but it does mean that he has to do it all over again.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the pace there as well. I was curious. Remember we were talking about Barraclough? He's got a chance to get back up to everyone. He hasn't been able to. His fastest lap's a 58.4, and it's slower than what Piver just did, so he can't catch up to the back of that pack. None of the leaders in the GT1s, well, basically only one person in the GT1s had pitted. The other two have retired. So the top 8 yet to pit. And Kendall is catching up to David Bellens just in front there, but Piver using Carl Young to advantage. Really want to see 5 seconds at the gap between Barraclough and Piver, 7 seconds between Barraclough and Bellens. I know he was saving a lot of fuel earlier, Barraclough. I don't think he's got that much ability and that much left in the tank to save.
Time to save, time to fuel, time to win, and a time to get past the 1.2 second barrier for your slipstream. And that's probably what's going through Bellens' mind, because he is really just on the edge of that critical juncture. But every time he gets there, he gets to pass turn 3, and then it's just like, oh yeah, here's some slipstream for you, Matt. Here you go.
Yeah, have some slipstream, and then there you go. You're gonna take it. Bye bye. Just what you want. Just how you draw it up there. A little bit of slipstream. I love that as well at turn 5 as well. Coming down to turn 5 in what technically is turn 4 on the straight, and you're like, oh, faster car gone past me. I'll just take the slipstream. Thank you very much. It's not a lot, but it will do. It will help me out, and look what it's done to some of these drivers. So interesting to see. And I just saw as well Edmondson getting held up by Piver. There he is. He got held up there. I don't know about you, Rob. Carousel's a really tricky corner for multi-class because Edmondson wanted to take the inside early, but he was at that point of no return. He had to pull out of it and slow down. I hate that corner for multi-class.
What, the King?
No, the Carousel.
Oh, the Carousel, yeah.
Yeah.
Because everybody's on the slow bus together, and you really can't get past unless you have a death sentence.
Nobody has that. Nobody has that, unfortunately. When do these top 3 for the HPDs pit, and when do the GT1s pit? Well, just I said that Matt Kendall comes in and Felipe Piver comes in. Piver, did he get a speeding penalty? That was very hot in. Wow.
And Cal Young has decided to stay out, but not only... He is so far behind.
He's only 1.1.
Okay, well, the timing terror for me was just there. Like, nah, he's like 2 seconds behind. It's like, hang on a minute.
Well, Piver did not get a black flag, but gee, Mackie lost a bit of time.
Piver has always been the one to be able to just somehow just, just grab.
Hang on. He slides into the pit entry and gets ahead of Kendall in the pits. He was almost 2 seconds quicker in the pits than Kendall. Excuse me? That's some good pit work there from Piver and good fuel saving, but he was sideways entering that pit lane with how hot he was coming into the pit lane there. But now the battle will be between Young and Bellens, because will they pit? But Carl is getting slipstream right now.
Yeah, Cal has put the hammer down, because with only 14 minutes left to go, the next round of pit stops are coming for, well, the next round is in like this group of pit stops are coming pretty well soon. Kevin Bellens will look to see if he can extend his lap count as much as he can given his fuel load, and Cal Young will look to see if never mind. Bellens in, Cal out still, so he has saved enough to continue on for another lap.
Not a good lap though, Rob. 59 flat. Oh no! Christoph's got suspension damage. Now, what's happened to Christoph? He's had to take some repairs when he was in the pit lane. He has come out, but he is reporting suspension damage.
Let's have a look.
Where did he get that?
I'm trying to see where.
He never hit anybody.
No, he's been carrying that for a while.
He's been carrying that for a while, yeah. Oh, hang on. I might have... Oh, God. Who hit him on lap 9? He's been hit by somebody lap 9. Or has he done this himself? And... Oh,
Still
it was a moment with Hanek. It was a moment with Hanek. So, you know, we were talking about Hanek maybe picking up some 1Xs. I think he had a couple 4Xs because he went right into the back of Christoph.
Yeah, and Christoph's rear right does look very curmunched. And, yeah, that would have been enough to give some suspension damage. Yeah, because he would have... Like, no matter what, you would 100% would have... Because you can just see the car wants to slip around and keel over, like come around itself in a anti-clockwise fashion. I guarantee that would have been much worse while he was driving the car, because without even any repairs, because it would have been every time he braked, the car would have wanted to turn around on itself.
So we've missed some big moments here because Kevin Bellin spent a lot of time in the pit box. He spent 4 seconds more in the pit box. He is now behind Felipe Paiva and Matt Kendall. And now, Young in the pit lane, Baraklov in the pit lane. I don't think Baraklov's going to get ahead of anybody, but it's going to be interesting to see where Cal Young comes out. Where is Felipe Paiva? I'm going to be doing this Radio Le Mans style right now. I'm going to be doing my Hindi. And he's there at the Bill Mitchell bend. I don't think he's got it. Again, I can't do a British accent.
Even though you're British.
Live on Haggerty Radio, live. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Young's coming out the pit box now. And coming up the hill is Paiva. Paiva, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Flashing up their headlights. He's done it. Young's actually done it, Rob.
Oh, that is uncomfortable news for Bellins because of just how much he's had to push. Young has managed to come out in front. However, Felipe Paiva and Matt Kendall are still within striking distance. Kendall had to let a HPD go by, but will get some slipstream through. So not all is lost, and he is a very fast driver, so I'd imagine he'd be able to catch back up. Max Goff issues again, been overtaken by Alec Campbell for 4th position. Liam Loisel is chasing down Max Edmondson for 2nd place, and of course Ryan Ware has just checked out.
Oh, this battle though between Bellins and Baraklov is getting interesting because Bellins tried to make a over-under through 5 into 6. Baraklov went for the defense. He made that defense, and now he's going to have to hold on to this. You've done the hard part. You defended through 5 and 6. Now you've got to make sure you get the best exit of the carousel so that you don't get caught at Canada Corner. They do have a GT2. I almost had a GT4. What's wrong with me today? In front with John Olsen. Going to be interesting. Will that cause issues? Will that cause a little bit of a hold-up? Will it be a bookmark, Rob? It's going to be interesting. Through goes Baraklov. No, he can't do it yet. Genie Mac, that's a little bit risky. And he knows how desperate it is. He gets through, and I think Olsen may let Bellins through. Bellins around the outside in a GT car and a GT car, Rob. Regardless that it's multi-class, it's pretty impressive, I'm just going to say.
Max Goff still trying to claw back 4th position away from Alec Campbell. He'll have a good chance coming through turn 3. He'll be able to take on the number 15. Hugging right up to the rear end. Pulls out to the left. Very good choreography. Is pulling alongside. Now has a nose ahead. and has cleared him. So Max Golf taking back the position that he lost. Just needs to hold it through the next few corners to secure it. And I'd assume he would excuse me, have done so. Felipe Paiva, for whatever reason, has lost the back end of Cal Young.
Ooh. What has happened to Felipe here? Gotta be a moment somewhere. And no, I just think it's just general. I just think the lap before, getting held up in traffic just cost him there. So he's lost a lot of time there to Cal, who's going to be going ahead. And now he's in a battle with Matt Kendall. Bellens is not going to like this, because just think, Bellens is now 8 seconds behind. Extra 4 seconds in the pit lane. That's insane how much time that costs. But now can Kendall do what Bellens couldn't do? Is the slipstream strong enough here? It's not. 8 minutes remaining. They're on lap 21. They're going to do 26 laps. My math says that's going to be 6 more laps. No.
No,
my math's is horrible.
No, it would be
5.
4.
22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. Yeah, 5 more laps to go. I can do maths.
A quick roundup then of the classes. We'll start off with the GT2. We have, of course, them splintered. Still very much a case of the unfortunate thing of it is that the racing here was decided at the pit stops, and of course with the mistake, or no, with the accident that Christoph was in. Sorry. The accident that Christoph was involved in. Sorry. I'm trying not to die.
Please don't.
Conor McDermott kind of in the middle trying to keep away from John Olsen, catch up to Jack Pittis, who is 8 seconds behind this man. Christoph Oleshnicek. Now, to be fair, Christoph was 5/10 of a second a lap slower that last time. And he does have I do actually see the suspension damage. The rear right tire is not following. Yeah, it's not following the same path. I think
Having a bit
the rest of them. Yeah,
he actually said. I think he's got a speech to text program or something that they use. Left turns oversteer, right turns understeer. Genie. Now you think about the left turns around here, and I'm trying to think of the right turns. The only right turns I can think of is Carousel, Canada Corner, Turn 14, and the first 2 corners. And basically all of those corners are high speed into deep braking, apart from the Carousel. That's scary if he's got understeer there. The left turns for oversteer. Yeah, again, they're slow corners. Turn 6, turn 7, even turn 9, turn 8. Sorry, they're all understeer, slow corners. So that's going to be a challenge for him there. He's doing very well, I will say. If he just matches, he should be fine.
He's got his plan. He's got his work cut out for him though.
Well, he's just on a 204. He's fine.
Fair enough, but I mean, if you're also understeering at every turn and oversteering at every other turn, I really wouldn't want to drive that.
I mean, I drive it for fun in a practice session and a race. No, I mean, the only thing that would hurt him even more is a little bit of steering damage. There's no steering damage here. Piper going to use an HPD to try and get a little bit of around the outside. Could be a pick move, though. There's a GT2 right there as well. Can't make it. Couldn't even get the over-under. That Ford's there, almost going 3 wide. Can he make it into 7? He can't. Almost tapping the back there of Piper's car as Matt Kendall. Kendall trying his best to get through. Could not do it. I wonder, if that GT2 wasn't there, does Kendall have the run? And I would say yes, but he'd still have to try and do it around the outside.
He's only got a few laps to do it, though. And
He'll be fine.
well, yeah, he'll be fine. But I mean, it's a bit of a stuck in the mud situation. He has to plan it right and then keep it converted. In HVD class, the main action is for second place. Max Edmondson is holding off Liam Leisel for that position. 0.5 of a second separate the two of them. Liam has been pushing hard, and he was the first person to pit, and that converted well into a third position right now, as Edmondson was actually the last person to pit for the HPDs, and has held second position all throughout the race. Was battling Max Goff, who is in fourth position now, and way away, trying to stay away from Alec Campbell. And of course, Diego Ortiz down in seventh from second. Probably a day not too fondly remembered for him because of the mistake that he had lap 1, turn 1. But he has to pull up by the britches and try and get back out there. But
get back on that horse, Rob.
Yeah.
You get back on that horse. And you ride that horse. If it bucks you off again, I said buck, by the way, folks, don't worry. If it gets you off again, then you're going to have to get back on it. And this is what Matt Kendall's doing right now. Just in the background, you'll see him in a moment. He's trying to have, in the foreground, he's trying to have this battle again. Kendall, there he is. He's going to try and make this move around the outside of turn 5. And, he's gone in deep enough to make it. He's not done it. And because of the fact that he went a bit too hot, he's lost the momentum. And the over-under has not worked again for him. 2.5 minutes, Rob. They're going to get 2 laps, I think, these GT1s. I think
the GT1s will... let me see, where's Cal?
Yeah, no, we definitely are, because there's 2 minutes left in the race, and Ryan Ware's just taken lap 26.
Yeah, so 2 more laps left.
Definitely 2 laps left in the race.
And I like... The fog just, it hasn't cleared, and what's even worse, where is the fog?
9% humidity. It's gone down. It was 100%, and you can't get higher than 100. So I want to make a joke that software programmers or something will make it higher than 100, and it would just ruin everything. But
I'm pretty sure at some point somebody has done that.
Oh, just like the old glitch, that glitch where people worked out how you can have more than 12 different cars in a session. So they started doing a Nordschleife with like 20 different car classes.
According to my thing, the humidity is still 100%, but the fog has died down a little bit.
Okay, unless on my end it's a low 99. It's a low 99, so it's been rounded down. Could be the case. Yeah, still foggy though. Still reporting fog. And again, at Wisconsin this time of the year, I'd see it. Remember, this is now 7 o'clock in the evening. The track temp is 19 Celsius. It would not surprise me as Kendall tries to go for attempt number 3. That's what he wanted to try and do before. Try to do the over-under. Not worked for him. He's only going to have one more shot at this unless he gets a good run down Canada corner. But an exit like that from turn 6 isn't going to help him.
No. And I really do think Max is driving the socks off that car. White flag has been taken by Ryan Ware, who will basically just need to keep it on the straight and narrow and not worry his head. Loisel has one more chance to crack second place. Diego will have one more chance to crack 6th position to get something back. And of course, Matt Kendall is what we have the eyes on. He'll have one more lap to try and crack Felipe Paiva. He's done it already with Baraclough, who had a mistake and just got spooked coming into turn 1. Very, very professionally done by Kendall. But can he do the same thing again? Can he push Felipe Paiva, who I would rate as probably the best driver in that? Oh, wow! Oh, he is defending a
racing.
He's racing. Yes, indeed, he is. Diego Ortiz, I can report, is round the outside.
This is tough. Can he make this? Can he stick this round the outside twice? No way. David Ortiz, this is fantastic. Still side by side to come through 7. Makes the move. That is a move of the day. That's an iRacing top 10 move. Outside around 5. Outside around 6. Not even Losil could do it. Not even Kendall could do it. I'll tell you who is going to be able to do something victory-wise, because with a couple corners left, it is Ryan Ware's day. Start to finish, flag to flag. He's about to come around the final corner. He's going to take it. He flashes the headlight. Hi, Ryan. I see you. Congratulations on winning.
Very well done. Very commanding drive. And I would say he's pretty happy about that. Very well done from flag to flag. Loisel, unfortunately, was not able to convert. Max Edmondson will keep second place. And unfortunately for Brian, Diego did manage to clear it up and gain sixth position. You can actually see the streak of the light shine on the track now, as a matter of fact, because it's getting so dark outside. Matt Kendall, can he make anything happen coming through the kink? He's a bit too far back to make anything happen right now, and I don't. Yeah,
it's gonna be a dive. He's gonna try it, you know. He's gonna. No, he's not. He's not. He's gonna try and spook him. Still a shot with a good run out of the final corner. And in fact, Piver's made a mistake coming out of Canada corner. This could set up here a little bit of pressure. Kendall can't make the move into turn 14, but he can get the launch off to get a good run. He's got a good run. It's going to be a drag race to the line. No, he's made an adjustment. Did you see that adjustment? He didn't want to go off, and he's not going to hold it, and Piver's going to hold on to this. That was a good little heads up there. I think Kendall might have been nursing some off tracks there, because it did feel like for that one moment he was going to go straight on, but realized he needed to make an adjustment not to get an off track.
Krzysztof Oleśniak, even with damage, couldn't be stopped. Comes home to take the crown for the GT2s. Jack Pittas, of course. What could have been for him? Just a case of he'll have to come back and try again and get them. But he's pretty happy with second. I'd be happy as well. But just needs to have it all go his way for next time out. Now, as it is worth mentioning, it is time to look over the race results. As of right now, we are probably looking at a very competitive HPD class and a GT1 class, so keep an eye out for those, especially Ryan Ware. I'm pretty sure he's going to go for it. He did win today with Edmondson in second, Loisel in third, Goff fourth, Campbell fifth, Ortiz in sixth, Axelman in seventh, eighth was Peckley, ninth was Fugger, and Hanek was the only retiree in HPD class, and he finished all the way down in 10th. Cal Young wins the day. No, he doesn't. Yeah, he did, actually. Sorry. My brain's just completely had a brain fart. I was expecting to say Bellens won the day. Whoops. But Cal Young, expert driving. He did have a bit of an upset when Kendall was just able to come in and try and put the king in check. Piva, second place. Very well done. From fifth to second. Most definitely a good improvement on the track, on the race. Kendall in third. Barclough fourth. That mistake when he cracked under pressure, definitely something that he'd want to go back and have a look at himself. I know he's a great driver, and I guarantee he'll be looking at that and saying, oh, where did I go wrong? Bellens, fifth. Unfortunately, when you have to give everybody else slipstream, you lose out. Stevens in sixth, Arts in seventh, Hasley in eighth, Kirkstis in ninth, and obviously Bob Humphrey, the only retiree out of GT1. GT2s, Oleśniak, even with damage, couldn't be stopped. And second is Pittas, third, Olsen, fourth, McDermott, and the aforementioned lap down individuals. Elvis Newhick did cross the line under his own steam. Hanning was the only retiree out of HPD, and the only retiree out of GT1 was the man of Bob. Yeah, Bob. It may close out the stream for us now, but it doesn't close out the series as a whole. Not at all. Up next, at least next week anyway, for the next scheduled racing, is my favorite track in my
Really?
Yes, it is. the historic layout of Barcelona.
Well, also here, by the way, folks, don't forget, April 18th, Happy Hour will have the Proto-GT series on iRacing.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Monza. Out the first... Actually, no, it's Grand Prix. The first time they've done Monza with both chicanes for a while.
And that is what we call a POG.
Yes.
But we will POG ourselves away and leave you with the docile tones of Road America's Fog. We hope you enjoyed the stream, everybody. If you liked what you see, click the like, subscribe button so you don't miss a moment of Raidillon TV. As we said, next week is going to be the Barcelona-Catalonia historic layout, and we are going to enjoy that most definitely. But until then, I have been over to Brian.
And I have been Craig King.
And this has been Raidillon TV, the only corner that you will need. Good evening. One and all.